Hey, it's Mike MTAC BB, and today we're going to talk about Bob Long's new MTAC. Now, we've seen the previews on this. Obviously, there was a little bit of a run-up until this gun was produced. You started seeing some pictures of it. We had a couple pictures of a couple prototypes at World Cup. Been a lot of buzz about it, and it's finally here. The first thing we're going to talk about is obviously on the website, on Bob Long's website, you're going to see stage 1 and stage 2. So I've gotten questions about what is stage 1 and stage 2. I'm not exactly 100% sure, but I believe when they were going to come out with the MTAC, they were going to come out with a stage 1, which was going to be missing the shroud and like a 12-inch barrel, and then they were going to have the stage 2, which is this whole shroud and a 14-inch barrel. I believe right now all they are selling is stage 2. So I don't even know if they ever did sell a stage 1. Everything right now is just a stage 2. So that's, I want to answer that question right now. What is the MTAC? What does MTAC stand for? It's another really common question we're getting. MTAC stands for Mark Tactical. Basically what they did was they took the Mark paintball gun, the Mark eyes, Mark board, Mark engine, this, that, and the other, and built a milsim gun around it. The Mark is one of my all-time favorite guns. As you guys know, I'm a huge Bob Long fan. And the Mark is a proven engine that works great. It's a bulletproof design, and it was definitely a great foundation for them to build his first ever tactical marker. Some of the cool things about the gun. Now, this bipod, you know, does not come with the gun. This is just one from Tiberius Arms. I thought it was kind of cool. Show the gun off. And there's a couple really cool things about the gun. Obviously, getting into the scenario, you've got a selector switch here. I really like this for scenario games. Why? You've got the semi, 3-shot, and full auto. Usually, when I'm completely by myself and I have no cover, when I'm in the woods, I'll usually have it on 3-shot. If I'm just kind of in an engagement part where, you know, where I know I can see somebody over there and no one's really making any sort of advancement, I'll click it over to semi to, you know, cut down on how much paint I'm shooting. And if I'm doing like an attack and defense scenario, I will put it on full auto if I'm just getting bum rushed. If it's like 10 versus, you know, 50 or something like that, I'll put it in full auto just to try to hold myself back, hold them back. But that's what that's typically what I'll use semi, 3-shot, and full auto for. You know, semi-auto just to kind of conserve some paint. Just as I'm choosing my shots, trying to make some decisions, I'll usually have it in 3-shot if I'm kind of going through the woods by myself. And, you know, if there's a sniper or ghillie suit laying around somewhere and takes a shot at me, I've got the firepower to immediately start strafing them back. And full auto is basically just a full-on self-defense, tower defense mode. The gun is a rocket, okay? I mean, I don't really know how else to describe this gun. This gun has all the capabilities of a closer, all the capabilities of the, you know, of the Mark 6, the Mark 7, the Rapper, the Edge, okay? It's all here, okay? There's nothing about this gun that's really any different than any of those guns other than the fact that it's dressed up to look like a milsim marker. So that is a proven design. It's unbelievably fast, 30 balls per second, easily fast. Smooth as butter shot. This gun has the Proficiency Bolt inside there. Okay, and what the Proficiency Bolt was Bob Long's bolts have had a little bit of an evolution throughout the years. They've had they originally came out with the original Mark bolt, then they went to the pillow bolt, then they went to the quick disconnect, and now they come out with the new Proficiency engine. Basically what it is, gives you the same amount of speed, you know, the same amount of consistency, everything works great, it's just a little bit more efficient. And if you want the, you know, some numbers on what you can expect on this, go watch the TechPB Closer Super Gun Show and you'll see about what you can get. You should be able to get probably between 11 to 13 pods on the MTAC on a 68 4500. Let's go ahead and talk about you know, some of the features of the gun. Went through the, you know, the selector switch is really cool. And something else that I really liked about the selector switch is that it's kind of got a safety built into it, in that if, let's say for instance, you forget and you leave it on full auto and you turn the gun on, the gun will actually just be in semi-auto. You have to go back to semi, then back to full auto in order for the gun to be in full auto. This way, you don't accidentally just, you turn your gun on really quick and then all of a sudden you accidentally shoot somebody. Full aluminum construction, even the charging handle, okay, this is aluminum. This isn't plastic or anything like that. And how you turn the gun on is you pull the charging handle back and the gun turns on. So that's how you turn the gun on. And this is aluminum. You don't have to worry about breaking this. I mean, you can slap it, hit it, whatever you want to do. It's awesome. Probably one of the biggest things about this gun, and I'm just turning it off, one of the biggest things about this gun that will really, really catch you off guard is this gun is heavy, okay? I'm not talking like 3 pounds heavy. I'm not talking about, classic matrix heavy. It's one of the heaviest paintball guns I've ever used. It's heavier than a Tippmann. It's full on aluminum construction. So let me go ahead and pull the stock off here. Now the stock that I have on here does not come with the gun. This is a Trinity Paintball MP5 aluminum stock. And let's go ahead, and obviously we are dealing with the internet, so let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit. There's no battery in there. Mike's trying to skew the test. He's skewing the test. So, okay, you can see the gun turn on with the charging handle. Turn it off so we don't waste batteries. And let's go ahead and weigh it. I mean, it's got some hella weight. Let's see what we got here. So we're at 0, 0. Let's go ahead and drop this on here. Hold. 4 pounds, 10.2 ounces. So let's zoom in here. Hopefully you can see that. 4 pounds, 10.2 ounces on the MTAC, stage 2. Pretty heavy gun. Now, something I'm going to bring up about the gun that is really important when you're out there playing. Obviously, this gun is going to be very nose heavy when you're out there playing. It's something I didn't particularly care for. Extremely nose heavy gun. The loader's right on top here, so you've got the weight of the paint, weight of the loader, plus you're talking about 8 pounds holding this gun up. Now, something I hope that they fix this, and it's an easy fix, but on the bottom of the trigger guard here, it's a 90-degree cut. So when you're actually out there and you're shooting, well, when you take your finger off the trigger and you go to reload, well, you're holding the whole gun up with this part of your middle finger. So as you're holding the gun like this and you're trying to reload, it's pretty agonizing on your fingers. I definitely recommend when you're out there using this gun to use full fingered gloves when you're using it, okay? You don't want cut off gloves or anything like that. Full finger gloves. If you're going to remove a finger off of your glove, just do your trigger finger. You're going to need the padding on the middle finger. You're going to need all the padding here because even these rails, this is all aluminum. This is not plastic. It's very easy if you're, messing around with your gun really quickly to scratch yourself up and cause yourself to bleed. I've done it a couple times. This is all aluminum construction, and if you're not careful or you bang into it with your hand or hit it with your nails, you're going to scratch yourself up. So it's not that big of a deal, but we're dealing with milsim here, and it's just something to, if you don't want to come back and see yourself a little bit of blood on your glove, you want to make sure that you're using full finger gloves when you're using this. Now, another thing that I have is the bolt. In order to remove the bolt, and I'm going to do a maintenance video on this gun here in a little bit. In order to remove the bolt, you have 2 screws here. You remove them, and then you can grab it, and the bolt slides out. They sell a stock adapter that you can put on here, which makes it a lot easier to remove. I believe they sell this for like $20, somewhere around there. I don't know why they don't come in the box. I wish they would come in the box. It's a $1,000 paintball gun. They should put this little aluminum part in the box. I don't know why they're selling it extra. It really comes in handy when you try to remove the bolt. Also, the pressure tester for this gun, which I believe they sell for 35 or 40 bucks. The pressure tester for this gun is, it looks a lot like the one that works on the Mark, but it's just a little bit longer. So if you already have a Mark, unfortunately you are going to have to purchase a second pressure tester, because even though this will work in a Mark, but the Mark one will not work in here. So it's all the same everything, but as far as I know, the MTAC will work in a standard Mark or closer or whatever, but you can't put the Mark pressure tester in here. It just won't fit. So, those are 2 major upgrades that I would definitely recommend, is getting the stock adapter and the pressure tester. Now, Another thing we're going to talk about is what kind of stocks fit inside of the stock adapter. Now, I was able to get this MP5 stock from Trinity Paintball to fit in there, but it took a little bit of dremeling. They recommend the plastic Tippmann Model 98 stocks are what is recommended by Bob Long in order to fit it into the adapter. So, you know, Model 98 plastic stocks fit on there. If you go to an aluminum stock, like Trinity Paintball sells some, I think there's a couple other companies, I think Spec Ops may sell some too. You may have to do a little bit of sanding, maybe a little bit of dremeling in order to get it to fit in here. But as you can see, this gun looks great. This is all aluminum right here. So that's something else to consider. Another thing is the stock grips that come with the gun are just the basic Bob Long flat panel grips. With the weight of this gun, I immediately went out and bought myself a set of genuine Hogue rubber grips. Made the gun feel so much better. It makes controlling the weight of the gun feel so much better. Just having those thin panel grips while trying to hold up 8 pounds of weight, it wasn't really working for me. But the gun itself shoots like an absolute dream. I mean, I've never had a Milsim gun shoot like this. I mean, it's so quiet, no kick, no recoil. It's just like pointing your remote control. 20 balls a second at pointing your remote control. So let's go ahead and take it onto the field. I'm going to show you a couple videos of me using it. You guys remember the MTAC video I did a little while ago? I'll splice in some footage of that. So let's go on the field and I'll show you some footage of me using the MTAC.
I don't think anybody's doing very tired, but... Ready? Yep!
Oh, they went way right. They went way right. They went way right.
Hey.
Hey, they're coming around behind us. They are definitely coming around behind us.
Evan! Yeah. Get in wood behind you!
Hey, I'm gonna move out right.
How many went to wood?
Hey, I counted like 5.
Okay, we're past the yellow pole.
All right, where's the yellow pole?
Right there.
Oh shit, okay, okay. All right. No problem. Yeah, it's the MTAC.
Oh man, I wanted to. I saw you walking away with that. I wanted to look at it.
I'll catch up with you over in the pistol. Let you look at it. Oh shit! They called game over. Damn. Okay, so as you saw, gun shoots great. Pinocchio hopper feeding the balls in there like crazy. Now I'm going to be doing the maintenance videos in the future. I'm going to go and instead of doing it all in 1 hour long show, I'm just going to do the review and then I'm going to do the maintenance videos in the future. Why? I love Bob Long. And all the other companies, told me to go fly a kite. When I asked Bob Long, could you guys build me a custom gun? Let's see what he came up with. I don't know. Do you see it? Did it fall out of the sky? Oh, it's right here. Okay, this is why. Okay, I still love these guns, rendition alias. But what I'm going to do in the future videos, I'm going to show you how to pull the bolt out, show you how to service the LPR, show you how to drop down the grip frame, show you how to remove the, the LPR, the high pressure regulator, remove off the front of the gun and stuff like that. Let's cover a couple other things really quick before we end the video. Okay, this stage 2 here in the front, okay, the shroud here in the front does not fit Smart Parts Freaks barrels, or Smart Parts Freak barrels. Also, it does not fit the stock as far as I remember, it does not fit the bone stock Tippmann Apex barrels. It's too long. You have to remove the shroud in order to get a stock Apex barrel in here. If you want an Apex barrel for this gun, and I wish I had some footage of me using this, the Lapco sells an Apex ready autococker big shot 690 bore barrel, and this I believe is 12 inch, and the Apex tip makes it about 15 or 16 inches. So if you have an MTAC and you're looking for an Apex barrel for it, go to Lapco, I think it's lapcopaintball.com, and you can pick up a big shot. It fits in there perfectly. It's dust black, just like the MTAC. And you can see, there you go. Now we've got an Apex barrel on the MTAC, and now when you're out there, you can get the backspin and everything just like what the Tippmann owners use, which is really cool. So that was what I wanted to bring up, because I do know that the Apex is one of the best barrels ever for woods ball, best barrel ever for woods ball. And if you try to get the Smart Parts Apex ready, you try to get a Smart Parts barrel for your MTAC, it's not going to fit into the Stage 2. It's very important. And that's about it right now for the MTAC. I mean, this gun's absolutely gorgeous. Now, it's not for everybody, okay? There are a lot of guns, that are in the Milsim category that are 1/3 the price, half the price, okay? But you got to understand what you're getting with this gun. You're getting the proven Mark performance, okay, which is professionals, totally state-of-the-art, top-of-the-line performance into a Milsim marker, and believe me, they pull it off perfectly. And when you're out there using this gun, you're gonna be like, oh my god, it really is an absolutely amazing gun. For me personally, when I tried it with the remote line, I didn't particularly like the balance of the gun, and it's not the gun's fault, it's just my own personal preference. I tried it with the stock, and I just personally didn't dig it with the stock. When I took the stock off, which is one of the reasons why I like the Trinity stock, because you can just pull it right off the back. When I pulled the stock off and then screwed the tank into the bottom, for me, it made the gun a lot more balanced. Now I had a little bit of counterweight. It was a little easier to hold, a little easier to stabilize, and I didn't have to worry about the coil, the remote coil, getting all tangled up. It was easier for me to switch hands and stuff like that. So probably, if I had to make a personal preference, I would say get the stock adapter, but just leave it on the gun. Use your tank, screw it into the direct mount ASA, and then that way you'll see that it'll counterbalance some of the weight. A 3-pound tank right here is going to counterbalance some of the weight in the front, plus the loader and stuff like that. It's going to make the gun feel a lot more balanced. That's about it for the MTAC. So, go check out boblongdirect.com if you have any questions. If you're looking to pick one up, give Matt a call, and check out the future videos. I'm going to do the maintenance videos for these. I'm going to break them all up. And that's about it for the MTAC review, man. It's a badass little, badass Milsim gun. And like I said, it's not for everybody. But if you're looking to really, truly pick up probably the most state-of-the-art, top-of-the-line, most ridiculous Milsim gun that's on the market, or tournament or scenario gun that's on the market, this is definitely it. This gun is definitely it. It's just an absolute rocket. It is a machine gun out there on the field. So go check out boblongdirect.com if you have any questions. Thanks for tuning in.